Hello everyone, my name is Archana Devi. In this video lecture, we are going to learn about a topic from the subject Computer System Architecture. So, before going through this video, you should be knowing about the various cache coherency methods. So, just to give you a recap, what is cache coherency? When you in a multiprocessor environment, when you have multiple copies of a data spread across various caches, it may lead to coherence issues. That is, the copies in the caches may not be consistent with each other. So we should have some schemes using which we can make the copies coherent or consistent. There are various protocols like write invalidate protocol, write update protocol with write through and write back schemes. So this write once protocol that we are going to learn in this video series is a write invalidate protocol. This is a write invalidate protocol and it's a combination of write invalidate with write through and write back. This was proposed by James Goodman. Okay, so what is this write invalidate? You should be knowing by now. Just to briefly explain what is write invalidate. When you have like multiple caches, okay, let's take a case where you have two processors with a private cache attached to it. So this is a common memory bus through which they are communicating with the shared memory. So in write invalidate, when processor 1 wants to perform a write operation on cache, it will perform the write operation. At the same time, it will invalidate the data contained in all other caches. So this is just a very brief note on write invalidate. If you do not know that by now, please refer it and then come back to this video. And also, what is write through and write back? So write through means when you make a write operation on cache, the value will be updated both in cache as well as in memory. Whereas in write back scheme, if you are making a write on cache, the value will be updated only in cache. And later, at the point of block replacement, when that block is being replaced, at that time, the equivalent copy in memory will be updated. That is write back scheme. Okay. So that was just a very brief note on write invalidate, write through scheme with write back scheme. So this in this write once protocol, how this works is write through will be used for the very first time the block is written. The first time a block will be written, write through scheme will be used, and subsequent writes are performed using write back schemes. So the first time when a block is written, the copy will be updated in cache as well as in memory. That is meant by write through. After the first write, subsequent writes on the same copy will be performed using write back. That is, the updation will be done only in the local copy. Only when the block is going to be replaced from cache, at that point the data will be updated in memory. That is write back. So here we are going to learn about the state diagram in write once protocol. In order to understand this, there are four states in this protocol. Let's try to understand what these four states are. The first one we have valid. So valid state means whatever copy you have is consistent with the global memory. Valid state means whatever copy you have, it is consistent with the global memory. Invalid means the copy in the cache is inconsistent. Then we have reserved and dirty. So reserved means we have said before that the first write we'll be using write through scheme, right? So when you perform the first write, then the copy is consistent with global memory. At that time, the state will be in reserved, because we only have one copy of global memory block in one local cache at that point. So that is a reserved state. Okay, that is you're writing it for the first time, and at that point, since write through is used, the copy is consistent with the global memory, because the copy is written both in cache as well as in memory. It is updated both in cache as well as in memory. So there is only one copy of the global memory block in only one local cache. In all other local caches, the value will be invalidated. and dirty. So the subsequent writes, okay, for subsequent writes. So data updated more than once. If the data is updated more than once, then your state will be dirty. So in dirty, only one copy in one local cache. All other copies will be invalid. Now when this copy is dirty, it should be written back to global memory when it is replaced. Because here we use write back scheme. So these are the 4 states in write once protocol. Now let's try to understand this state diagram. So in order to understand this state diagram, we should learn some events and its corresponding actions. Okay, so you have some events and its corresponding actions coming. So we'll try to understand that also, events and its actions. So the first one we have read hit. Okay, read hit means the data will be supplied from local cache. So the data is available in local cache and the data is supplied from local cache. That is a read hit operation. Now read miss means the processor wants to read a block which is not present in cache. The data is not present in cache, so it becomes a read miss. So what will be the sequence of steps or the actions that will be taken by the processor? Then we have write hit. So write hit means the processor wants to write a block which is present in cache. The data is present in cache. Okay, sorry. The processor wants to write a block which is present in cache. So how can you perform that? And finally we have this write miss also. So write miss means the processor wants to write a block which is not present in local cache. These are the 4 types of events that can happen when you try to perform a read or a write operation. Okay. So let's start by understanding this one by one. So initially, so it will start with, any state will start with valid. So how can it become valid initially? So what happens is, the first time the processor tries to read a data, the data is not present in cache initially, right? Let's assume the cache is empty. So the data can be provided either from memory. Okay, so the data will be provided from memory. In this case, data will be read from memory. So when the data is going to be read from memory, this read is snooped by other caches. Okay, others will investigate on this and it will be snooped by other caches. So there are 2 cases when it is being snooped. Either the data is present in any other cache. So that can be in dirty or in reserved state. If the data is either dirty or in reserved state. Okay, so if the data is present in some other cache, then this read will be interrupted long enough to write data to memory before it is allowed to continue. That is, the data is anyway going to be read from memory. So this data, sometimes it will be present in other caches in dirty or reserved state. Dirty or reserved means the data was once written, once or many times written. If the data is present, then this read will be interrupted so that from the dirty or reserved state, the data will be written to memory and then this read operation will be continued. So the data will be written to memory and then what happens is your state will be set to valid, as well as the other processor caches whose state was dirty or reserved, from where you have read the value now, that will also be set to valid. That's how this will work initially. Okay. So now if the data is not there in any other caches, else case, if the data is not present in any of the other caches, then the copy will be supplied from global memory and this cache state will be set to valid. Fine. So that is the first case. If you have a read miss, what will happen? Now let's take the case. So now the state is, let's assume the state is initially valid. So as long as I am valid, I can perform any read operation. I can perform any read operation on my own local cache. Now the case will arise when I want to perform a write operation. So the write operation can be a hit or a miss. So let's take the case where it is a hit initially. So now the data is present in cache, right? As per the order which we have followed now, the data is present in cache. So it is a write hit. Now when the processor wants to write a block in cache which is present in cache, there can be two cases. Either our cases the state is valid now. So our cases the state is valid. So let's see what will be the sequence of steps that will happen if the state is valid. So it will perform the write operation. Along with that, it will broadcast a write invalidate command. Okay, this is a write invalidate command. So here the blue lines correspond to the commands sent by the local processor and the red lines correspond to the commands sent by the remote processor. So what will happen? The moment I am performing a write, I will send a write invalidate command to, I will broadcast a write invalidate command which will invalidate all other cache copies, because at a time only one processor can perform a write operation. At that point, according to write invalidate protocol, all other cache copies will be invalidated. That is this statement. Then the write p-write operation will be, p-write means writing, the processor is writing. So the write through is executed. Okay, since this is the first write through is executed. So the value will be updated both in cache and in memory. That's why the state is transferred from valid to reserved. So now the state is reserved. So since write through is used, the value is updated both in cache as well as in memory. This is the first write. So in write hit, there can be two cases where you are from transiting, the transition happens from valid to reserved. Now let's take the case where at this point the processor wants to perform a write again. So this is also a write hit. Now I am in reserved state. Okay, so again the state can be either dirty or reserved, but now I am in reserved state. So the next write will happen, the processor will perform the write and the state will be set to dirty. Now if I am in dirty, again if I am performing a write, I can perform any number of writes and the state will remain in dirty itself. For this, when you are in reserved or dirty, the value is updated only in cache. Okay, so here it is write update, where the data is updated only in cache, not in memory, in reserved and dirty. But in valid state, in dirty. Okay, I repeat again, in reserved the data is updated both in cache and in memory, but dirty means the value is updated only in cache but not in memory. Sorry for that mistake. Now, so we have seen read hit, we have seen write hit, and we have seen read miss also. Now the last case is where we have a write miss happening. Let's look at that case. So write miss. Write miss means the processor wants to write a block which is not present in local cache. Okay, so the processor wants to write a block which is not present in local cache. So here also there can be two cases where the dirty copy that you have, okay, so the dirty copy which you have, it may not be present in the remote cache. There is a possibility that check for a dirty copy. When I am trying to perform a write operation, check for a dirty copy. The dirty copy may be present in cache, present in remote cache, not present in remote cache. That means no other caches has performed a write operation on that data yet. That is the meaning of not present in remote cache. So if it is not present in remote cache means presently the local processor will be in an invalid state. When will write miss happen is after initially read miss will happen. Okay, read miss will happen. Read miss and then read hit, all those sequence will happen, then only write miss will happen. So if a write miss occurs and for a processor it will be in an invalid state. The beginning state will not be valid if a write miss happens. If like when you remember when a processor tried to perform a write, it sent a write invalidate command. Okay, you remember here in write hit, when the processor performed a write operation, it sent a write invalidate command invalidating all other cache copies. So some other processor had invalidated my copy. That's why I came to invalid state now. So now I am in invalid state and the data is not present in my cache. So when I am in invalid state and the data is not present in cache, I will perform a read operation from memory. Okay, so I'll perform a read operation. So the data will be read from memory. Then the data will be read from memory and a read invalidate command will be broadcast to all other cache. So the data will be read from memory and read invalidate command will be broadcast to all other cache. So read invalidate command, what it will do is it will read a block of data and invalidate all other cache copies because I am going to write a data. So all other cache copies should be invalidated, right? So if it is being read from memory, it will read the block of data from memory and broadcast a read invalidate command to all other caches. And the local copy will be updated. Local copy will be updated here. And this what happens is eventually the state will be set to dirty. It will go from reserved to dirty. So the final state in a write miss will be dirty. That is the first case if the data is not present in remote cache. Now what if it is present in remote cache? Okay, the data is present in remote cache. So there are two cases. The data will either come from a cache which is in reserved state or the data will come from a cache which is in dirty state. Okay, that's these two cases. If the data is present in a remote cache, the data can either come from a cache which is in reserved state or come from a cache which is in dirty state. So when you have a write miss happening, the data will be read from that state and a read invalidate command will be sent. Those are the two actions that will take place. So read the block from that state. If it comes from reserved, read the block from that state and invalidate all other copies by issuing a read invalidate command. So it will invalidate all other copies. Then again update the local copy. These two steps are the same in all cases. Update the local copy, perform a write operation and finally the state will be set to dirty. It would have been already written once. That's why it's directly set to dirty. The data is directly set to dirty. Similar is the case for if the data comes from a dirty state, a cache which is in dirty. So the block will be read from that cache and a read invalidate command will be sent which will invalidate all other cache copies. Then the update. So the moment the data is read from cache, it will go to valid state. Okay, it will go to valid state and then reserved and finally dirty. The last state will be dirty. So from invalidate, it went to valid, reserved, dirty. That is a sequence of events happening. So this is write miss operation. What will happen when you have a miss? Write miss. So I assume that the state diagram this is clear to you for write once protocol. Now let's try to work out an example, a sequence of a series of events happening, and how will the main memory location be affected. And here we are considering two processors, P and Q, its caches, and we have a memory location X, its value, and what will be the state of the caches. That's what we are trying to do in this example. Okay. So let's, I hope the screen is visible. Yes. So let's start with a series of events. So let the initial event be the original value. Okay. So what is the original value? What is the original value of X? So the original value is initially present in memory location with the value 5. Let it be 5. Now let the next sequence of operation be where P is trying to read the value of X. Okay, so P reads the value X. That is the initial event happening. So now this P tries to read the value of X which is present in memory. It's not present in cache. So what event is this? This is a read miss, right? So what will happen in a read miss? Read miss, it will check if the data is present in memory or if some other state has the data with it. But in this case, no other state has the data initially. So the data will come from memory itself, right? The data will come from memory itself. So the data, this is a read miss, okay? So I am writing it as read miss. The data will come from memory and the state will be set to valid. Now let the next sequence of operation be where Q reads X. Q wants to read X. So again, there is nothing in Q's cache. So this is also a read miss. This is also a read miss. And the P's cache, there is no change to P's cache. Q, here you have the value 5 and Q's cache is also set to valid. Now let's take the next sequence of event where Q wants to write X. Q writes X. So this Q writes X, the value is present in Q's cache. So this is a write hit, right? So this is a write hit. So what happens? This is the first time Q is going to write the value in cache. So when Q's cache is valid, so what's the sequence of operation when Q's cache is valid? Write through is executed, right? So write through is executing and the state will be set to reset, and a broadcast invalidate command is write invalidate command is broadcasted, invalidating all other cache copies. So here say if it wants to update the value of X to 10, this is a write through scheme. So both memory is also updated, and since it's the first write, the state is changed to reset, and a write invalidate command is sent, which will invalidate other caches. So this is a dirty copy now, invalid copy. Now let's take a case where say Q wants to read the value of X. Q wants to read the value of X. So this is a read hit. The data is present in cache, right? It is not being taken from memory. The data is present in cache. So the value is just read. There is no change in any sequence of events. The value is just read. This still remains invalid. Now let's take a case where Q wants to update the value of X again. So Q updates X again. So this is also a write hit, right? So it wants to update the value say to 15. Now since this is the second write, the state will be set to dirty, and this is a write back scheme. So the value is not updated to memory. The value in memory remains as 10 itself, and there is no change in your P's cache. So I hope so far it is clear. Now let's take a case where, let's come back to P. I want to change from invalid. So let's take a case where P wants to write the value of X. So the data, okay, I am now currently invalid. The data is invalid in P's cache, right? So this is a write miss, because I want to perform a write operation, and this is a write miss. So see what happens when the processor wants to write. It will check if a dirty copy exists. So do we have a dirty copy? Yes, a dirty copy exists. So when you have a dirty copy, it is coming from dirty copy. You will read the block, right? You will read the block and you will invalidate all other copies by sending a read invalidate. Update the local copy, and only update the local copy here, okay? And the state will be set to dirty. This is a sequence of operations that will happen. So here say for example, it wants to update the local copy to 20 and the state is set to dirty, because from what happens, the data is already present in some other cache, right? That's why you will read the block, the data will be read from that block, but since it's updating the value, this value will not be used. Now it will send a read invalidate command to all other caches. So this will be invalidated. Now there is no change made to memory location. Memory location remains 10 itself. Now let's take a last case. Okay. So let's take a last case example where say Q wants to read X. Q wants to read X. So now Q is in invalid state and it wants to read the value of X. So here you can see that this is a read miss. So this is a first case which we have seen, read miss. The processor wants to read a block which is not present in cache. So here the data will be read from memory. So this will be snooped by other caches. At this point, if there is any state, any cache in dirty or reserved state, what happens? The read is interrupted so that the data is written to memory from that dirty or reserved state, and then the value will be read. After that, the copies which was in reserved state or dirty state will be set to valid, because here I am only reading, it's not modifying, so it can be set to valid. So what happens? Here you have a cache with dirty state. So when Q tries to read the value of X from memory, this will be snooped by P's cache, and the value will be taken from this state. It will be updated to memory. It will be updated to memory, and this what happens? This will be read by Q. This will be read by Q, and its state will be set to valid, because it was initially valid. I am only reading, so its state will be set to valid. And also all other caches from where you have from the cache from where you have read the value with a dirty state, that will also be set to valid according to the event read miss. So this is in this I've just shown you a sequence of operations where for each of the events, the misses and hit operations, how the cache changes its states. So I hope this topic on write once protocol is clear to you. In case if you have any doubts, you can send a message in my comment box. Thank you so much for watching.